Hi, it's Mark from Top Local. We're here with Bernie Pawlik, Pawlik Automotive in Vancouver, 18-time winners of Best Auto Repair in Vancouver as voted by their customers, and Vancouver's best auto service experience. How you doing, Bernie?
Doing very well.
So we're going to talk about a Toyota Matrix, a Toyota. Oh my God, Bernie, something went wrong with the Toyota. How can this be?
Well, it happens. They're
so
not.
What's going on with this Toyota?
Well, this vehicle was the client brought his vehicle to our shop because if he would drive it for a while, say I think it was 60 kilometers an hour for 20 minutes, there was some noises that would develop in the rear of the vehicle, like either a wheel bearing or brakes or some kind of noise. So took it out for a very good long road test and brought it back into the shop and did some inspecting. And what we found is that the left rear brake caliper was sticking. So sometimes we have to take cars for rather long road tests, and people give us a description. It happens like this, and the brakes are always shaking, and driving, and there's nothing really wrong with it. Sometimes it takes a while to actually get things to occur. So, anyways, in this case, definitely the left rear brake caliper was sticking.
What was causing the brakes to stick?
Basically, moisture will just get into the brake caliper, and sometimes it'll cause it'll cause the piston to start sticking and seizing. So it's it happens from time to time. Any brake caliper, they don't need to be replaced all the time. I know there are some shops that seem to just do them every brake job, but really, in my opinion, that's overkill. But it depends on the car. But calipers after a while will stick and seize and need to be replaced. So that was the issue with that. Now the other issue that we had is that the brake backing plates were, especially the left side where the seized caliper, the backing plate was actually rusted off and disintegrated. So that's another issue that we have to deal with.
And what's the purpose of the backing plate?
Basically, the backing plate just keeps dust and moisture from getting on the back of the, either if it's a drum brake, of course, it's integral. You have to have a backing plate because that holds the shoes in place. But on a disc brake, the backing plate actually just keeps dust and dirt from getting on the brakes, and if you get too much water on the brakes, it'll cause the brakes to fade, or too much dust and dirt, it'll cause wear. So that's basically the purpose of the backing plate. I mean, if you removed it, not exactly the end of the earth, and some vehicles actually don't even have them. It depends, but most do.
And how often do you change backing plates?
Well, not very often. And we live in Vancouver. It's a pretty, besides that it rains a lot, it's a pretty gentle climate on vehicles. We don't use a lot of road salt because we don't get a lot of snow here. But if you live in a snowier climate where they use a lot of road salt, that's where things start to rust and rot, because backing plates are basically just a very thin piece of metal. So they're out in the road and being exposed to salt and all that kind of thing. So they do tend to rust out. Interestingly enough, this actually is a vehicle. It was in Ontario for a while, so where they use a lot of road salt. So that's why the backing plate had brought it out.
Do you have some photos?
I do. Yeah, let's have a look at some. There's our 06 Toyota Matrix. Again, it's 11 years old, but in really good shape, and about I believe it's around 200,000 kilometers. So car still runs great, just like you'd expect from a Toyota. Onto the backing plates. On the right is a brand new from Toyota backing plate, which wasn't actually a lot of money. Actually, very, very well priced part. And there is what's left of the old one. Now, this vehicle has the parking brake as a shoe brake for the parking brake. It has disc brakes that do the regular braking, so they're separated. A lot of vehicles use the rear brake caliper actually acts as a parking brake as well, so it makes the caliper more complicated, but you don't have the brake shoes. Anyway, so this backing plate comes complete with now this part here is still intact where the parking brake shoes sit, because it's a very thick piece of metal, so it takes a lot for this one to rust out. But the tin, the piece that sort of keeps the dust and dirt off the rotor was pretty much gone, with the exception of the little piece here. And on the right-hand side, it was starting to break apart as well, so that's why we replaced it all. So
So I know you speak very highly of Toyotas. You convinced me to buy one. Is there anything else about Toyotas long term that someone would really need to pay attention to?
Not really. I think the key with Toyotas, a lot of times bad maintenance kills them. I mean, they're not perfect cars, and they seem to keep getting better and better every year. Like it seems like with almost all brands of cars, more reliable. But it just, again, the key is just proper maintenance, regular oil changes, regular service, regular inspections. It'll keep the car going well. But there's really nothing I can say about a Matrix that other than good things. It's a good, reliable car.
So there you go. If you're looking for service for your Toyota Matrix or Toyota vehicle in Vancouver, the guys to see are Pawlik Automotive. You can reach them at 604-327-7112 to book your appointment. Book ahead, they're busy. Or check out their website, pawlikautomotive.com. We have tons of information on there. Or our YouTube channel, Pawlik Auto Repair. You can see hundreds of videos on there from many years of cars and repairs. Thanks, Bernie.
Thanks, Mark.